Great Rebuild, episode 4. We're back at it, boys. We got our members. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Now, the first thing I needed to do again, since I was kind of back in square one, as I just spent 4.4 mil on a membership, was start to get some money back so I can get the training on. So I put a huge offer in for Addy and Myth Armor. I think it was about 1 mil. It'll be on the screen, just to flip that and give me something to keep me going, because my goal for this video was to actually get a cannon to speed up my range training. So I didn't want to buy a cannon 700k and be left with like a 300k cash stack, so I wanted to get a nice healthy amount so I could buy a cannon and still have some money to work with, you know. Also in this episode, it was animal magnetism time, so for the most part I'm getting requirements for it, and ultimately I get that done, but it is a long road, it really is, because there's so many requirements for that quest. So first things first, what I did was I just went and did the Varrock Museum quiz, because it's just an easy 9 Slayer, boys, 1000 IQ play there. And I didn't realise that the correct answers were actually showing up as green on my screen. I was sitting there with a guide up on Rune HQ. I mean on the OSRS guide, not knowing that all the correct answers was already in green in my screen, so I felt pretty stupid after that, I'm not gonna lie. I only realised like halfway through.
Now after I got that 9 Slayer, it was time to start working on my next moneymaker, which was going to be crafting. Had to get crafting up for quest requirements, and also need to train my magic at the same time. And I want to train my magic passively so it doesn't level my hit points too much. So I thought that maybe enchanting sapphire bracelets to recoils would work out pretty well, because I know the profit margins were quite healthy the last time I checked. I think GE prices as sapphire is about 340, gold bar 67, the cosmic room is 165 GP, cost about 572 GP per rings. Enchant it, make a recoil for 819 GP, it's like a 247 GP profit. Jesus Christ, I just said GP about 7,000 times GP. But yeah, 247 GP per ring profit. So I decided to just jump on the grind real quick and level up my crafting. I think I must have spent about 150k, just crafted opals all the way up to 20 till I could hit sapphires. You do end up crushing like half of them, but I think it's the cheapest way, and the higher gems you buy, the more chance you've got of crushing them, so I just stuck with the opals. It seemed like the smartest thing to do. And once I had that unlocked, it was time to buy myself a load of sapphires, a load of gold bars, and take myself to Edgefield and run them. And this is where I spent the better part of like the next, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. It didn't take a whole hour to run 500, it's quite fast. Enchanting time as well might have been an hour, because you get through a whole inventory of enchanting rings much slower than you do making them in a furnace. So yeah, this is pretty much what I was doing here, leveling up my magic and crafting at the same time and earning money. So win-win-win really.
I got Monk's Friend out of the way as well, because it takes like 2 minutes and it gives you some woodcutting XP. I do not enjoy starting woodcutting from 1. The XP grind is so slow, it's fucking painful, man, it really is. So did Monk's Friend, got that out of the way. That got me up to 13, so I only had a few levels to go till I could start cutting willows, and that's pretty much where I was going to be sitting to get my 36 woodcutting.
Mm. 35 woodcutting, then straight on to Slayer. And then in between that I did fishing contest for the recipe for disaster dwarf. That pretty much got me to what, 13 Slayer, and then I had 2 tasks, which got me to 19. Then that was all the recs for animal magnetism done. After I got those recs out of the way, it was time for me to try to do a bridge trip. Now, I'd never tried this before, so it was going to be a first time experience. I didn't really expect anything too great out of it because my range level wasn't that high, so it was more so like a practice run just to see how it would be if I was a higher range level, and just to get the mechanics down really. Didn't go too good or too bad, as you can see from the clips. It just wasn't a high enough range level to out DPS the high level monsters, so I had to stick to the low ones, but unfortunately the loot isn't that good, so probably not that profitable at this level, but I'm definitely going to think about coming back here at a later time. If I keep my HP low, my combat level will stay low as well, so there's less chance of actually getting PK'd while you're here. So that's the plan, but I definitely suggest trying revs if you've got relatively high range level, although it is quite expensive because you need to buy the bracelet and whatnot, but you know, it could even out if you get a good drop. That's the benefit here. It's kind of risk and reward, you know. After that road trip, I decided it was finally time to go and get my Avers accumulator. So went and did animal magnetism real quick, got that done, so happy that shit was out of the way. Seriously, I've missed having this. So weird not having anything on my back. Now it's time for me to get a cannon. So as you can see, I went and just repeated the process that I've been doing, adding plate legs, making rings of recoils and selling them and flipping them for a profit. Haven't really needed to change because the prices haven't fluctuated that much, you know, so as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I made just about 2 mil, then I cut the cannons. I'd have like 1.3 left. So that was that done, and I took that shit straight to the rock crabs.
But girl, I really like you, so I'd rather just pretend that we sitting in bed with your jaw locked, can't stop giving me head. I'm as big as I said, stretched out your gums hurt. Girl,
Camped there for, I'd say, like 1 hour and a half or so. Roughly, I didn't want to stay there too long, and I didn't want to stay there till 60 range because I didn't want my HP to be too low. So I was there till about 55, and then I put the cannon away and just pretty much AFK sand crabs until I hit level 60. Your lips so numb, I can't feel your kisses. Chewing pink bubblegum, I wanna make you finish. Head between your thighs while I stare into your eyes. I don't puff, but I with you, blowing bubbles fucking high. When you're blue, I'm red. I wanna kiss your neck and make you purple all over. And when you're blue, I'm red. I wanna kiss your neck and make you purple all over. And when you're blue, I'm red. I wanna kiss your neck and make you purple all over. And when you're blue, I'm red. I wanna kiss your neck and make you purple all over. Yeah. Yeah. After that, I had one more goal to make for my next moneymaker, which is going to be in the next video, which brings in a disgusting amount of profit, I'm not going to lie, and that was to quickly get 49 mage. So you know what it was, rings of recoils again, and that was that done, boys. 60 range, 49 mage. We're going to leave it there. Catch you next time.
Dreams I'm pleasing, rubbing on your jeans, you screaming heart-shaped ass, bouncing with them heart-shaped blasts, passing in your underwear, short skirt, long hair, known you for some years, but I wanna get to know you better. Hop up on the bed so I can take off your expensive sweater. Wanna give you hickeys when you kiss me, cause you fine as fuck. When I touch you, feels like I'm flying and I'm high as fuck.